Okay, I just want you to give proper context to what you mentioned with regards to self-defense, that it's a right for everyone. And there are those who might be watching and would want to understand what you mean by it is a right and that people should be able to defend themselves, putting a proper context to it. Right.
Yes, what we're saying is that the state governments working with the members of the armed forces should be able to develop the capacity for us to select young men that will be able to train them, those ones that we know that are disciplined, are committed, and then they will be able to assist us in ensuring that they can give us early warning, they will be able to identify where these terrorists are and be able to identify them and tell us, and then working together we'll be able to get them. It has worked. We have worked with this in the south, in the northeast, exceptionally. It has worked very well. What we don't want is to make it ethnic. We don't want only one ethnic group there. No, that causes another problem because one ethnic group, the other ethnic group will look at it as if they're being targeted. It must be holistic. Everybody within that community must come together to be able to come and give us early warnings, to do some things to give us early warning before so that we can treat as quickly as possible.
That's right. So you're talking about avoidance of, ethnic coloration or coloration. Biluturji, which you mentioned earlier, he has become a hydra-headed monster, and he's accusing the incumbent governor of Zamfara State and his predecessor that they are politicizing the issue of insurgents in the state. And because of, he now said, if the military cease to attack the ethnic group dominant there, I don't want to mention the name because we don't want to just give ethnic color to all of this. But looking at your own extensive experience as a former theater commander of Operation Harden Kai, how are you adapting, different strategies in getting to places that are hard to reach, like the Lake Chad region, in prosecuting this war against insurgents, so that Nigerians will see that, yes, certainly we are seeing that you're working, but then you're working and sustaining the gains that you're achieving?
Yeah, very well. Most of the areas, because of the terrain, you talked about the Lake Chad area. You know how difficult that area is. Over time, it's a very dense area. It's waterlogged. Most of the areas are meshy. So we have adopted different means of approaching those things, using helicopters, using drones to do project our operation, and then now moving lights. Because again, with the rainy season, most of the areas now are very highly wet and makes movement very difficult. So we go light, we go dismounted, we go on foot, just to make sure that we're able to address these issues quickly. And then appearing in programs like this, where Nigerians watch and see that they equally have a right, they have a responsibility to also support the security forces wherever they are. When you see something going wrong, report as quickly as possible. And the reporting is not only against the terrorists, but also against our own personnel that are doing things that are illegal. We take quick action to ensure that our men also remain above board, because we don't want them to be also doing the same thing we are going against other people for. So we must be professional in our conduct.
General, one of your predecessors said recently, that is the former Chief of Army Staff, and that's Gen.Mus. Gave an impression that it's just easy for you to get rid of these bandits. He said you should do that in a jiffy. Do you think the guy is out of touch? I know he was never involved in this kind of battle. You talked about fighting battles that are not conventional, and so on. He was a conventional soldier. He fought in wars, other than taking part in coups. Was it grand? Do you think Gen.Mus was grandstanding when he made that statement, or is out of touch?
No. I think he's just. It just means that as a Nigerian, he's just concerned about the situation on ground, and he wants peace. We know how Nigeria used to be, how peaceful Nigeria. So I think every Nigerian wants Nigeria to return back to that peaceful nature, and I think that's what he's just saying. Like I mentioned earlier, conventional warfare is a lot different from unconventional warfare. Conventional, you know your enemy is a country that wants to take over somebody's country. You go there, you fight, and you end it. Now, asymmetric warfare is different because you are dealing first from within. The enemy is within. And the only way to identify him is when you see him armed. and he knows that, and he understands that. So he's taking advantage of that. If he's not armed, you cannot do anything. I'm sure you've had several situations where we take military actions are taken, and then they come out to say, no, they are pure civilians. No. We have seen situations where we attack them, they are with arms. Before we get there, the civilians will get from that area, will take the weapons, go and hide them, and tell you they are civilians. It has happened several occasions. So we're not only fighting the terrorists, we're also fighting our own. There are individuals that don't want this to end. There are people that are benefiting from what is going on, and they feel that the only way they can do that is to continue to make the military look bad, to continue to denigrate our own military and discourage our personnel. Well, we are professionals, good news for them, we will not relent, we will continue to do, we will remain very focused. And we want to safeguard every Nigerian. We will respect every human right, but like we always say, the friend of a thief is a thief. So anyone that is found supporting these guys, either directly or indirectly, giving them arms, meeting with them, giving them supplies, you're also a terrorist, you're a bandit, and you'll be treated as such.